Jason, this is the 80-year-old Torrey pine tree that has everyone in this neighborhood talking. Right here is some of the damage that the tree has caused. You can see the roots have caused the sidewalk to buckle and crack. You can see just how bad the fire was. Firefighters had to cut through this steel door, and at the very top, take a look at how charred the door and the building is. Now the cleanup has already started, and this is what's left from inside the building. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department has a brand new tool starting today. All 30 dogs part of the K9 unit will be wearing these bulletproof vests. Well, the latest, Ned and Jason, is we now know that 3 people were killed inside of this blue apartment building that's right behind me. We know that 2 people did die inside of an apartment in the building. We also know that 1 person passed away on the way to the hospital. There might be another rescue going on here in Grantville. You can see behind me that there are firefighters, there's police, there's lifeguards here on scene. They're searching for a small truck that someone called and reported seeing floating down the river. Well, Jason and Netta, I just spoke to a veterinarian before we went on the air. She says they're actually seeing more severe cases of coyote attacks. People say when they're walking in the woods, through open fields, parks, even on sidewalks, they have to use things like air horns, which are very loud. They say this is the only way they can guarantee they'll scare coyotes away. They say if they don't take precautions, then they're worried they themselves or their pets are going to get attacked. As Maria Cook walks her baby and dog around her North County neighborhood, she's keeping an eye out.
I live out by the golf course, and I see some occasional, and I hear them at night.
The mom says strangers have come up to her and warned her about coyotes wandering nearby.
They're actually really big. They're bigger than my medium-sized dog.
This is a picture from the social network site Nextdoor. The person who posted it says the coyote was close to homes. Other people on Nextdoor posted warning after warning about the dangerous animals. Some even saying coyotes killed their pets.
You'll see skeletons from time to time.
Ed Pickering says while walking his dog, he sees coyotes all the time.
I'd probably put her on a leash, so at least we create a bigger target, for them to be deterred.
A spokesperson for Project Wildlife says it's not unusual that people are seeing more coyotes. It's pupping season, so coyotes are trying to find food and water for their pups. Cook says she's not taking any chances and keeping her dogs out of harm's way.
I have 3, and they're all inside.
Now, something else you can do to try to keep coyotes out of your yards, because we've heard some reports about that, is to keep your trash can sealed, and also don't keep your pet food outside, or once your animal is done eating, take it back inside. Experts say that as long as you keep the food source and the water away from the coyotes, they should go away. In Kearney Mesa, Erika Cervantes, CW6 News. Ned and Jason, this isn't just common, it's also a very scary story. While we were working on it, every single student we spoke with knew exactly what we were talking about. And the problem keeps getting worse. Local prosecutors say the number of these cases that they're seeing are going up by a lot.
That we need to do something about it because it just seems to be getting worse.
Online sex-related extortion is something kids and teens don't just learn about in class. Too many of them experience it firsthand.
And they start getting into, oh, they told me that if I don't send them another one, that they're gonna try to tell the whole school. Yeah, I've seen it a lot, actually.
When a kid sends a nude picture of themselves through a text, email, or on social media, that's a crime right there because they're underage. But when someone else gets a hold of it, they can use it as blackmail, and it happens every day.
I think they need to warn them that when they send an image like this, they really are giving up all control over that image. That image can be redistributed, it can be manipulated, it can be used again by the perpetrator for whatever purpose that they have.
District Attorney Leonard Trin works on the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. He says most victims are teens, but they can be younger. And many have some kind of relationship with the person extorting them.
They'll send them a picture of themselves in the context of their relationship. And when things go bad, that image then gets distributed to other people.
Online sex-related extortion can also happen when a phone, computer, or social media account gets hacked. Blackmailers can ask for money or demand more compromising photos. Another common way to get a hold of these images is to pretend to be someone they're not.
And there are also some who sit behind a computer, they pretend to be a teenager, and they use applications or social media sites to contact unsuspecting victims. They send images as if they were a teenager as well.
The best way to protect your children is to talk with them about it, tell them never, ever to take or send naked pictures of themselves, and regularly check your child's phone, tablet, and computer.
Make them aware that this is a problem that's growing all across the U.S.
Online sex-related extortion will either be handled by the local district attorney's office or the FBI. It depends on the scope and details of the crime. In one case, the FBI tracked down a single predator that victimized 350 teenage girls from all over the country. Jason and Netta, back to you. It has been a very busy time for city crews. They've been working around the clock all weekend long and even today trying to clean up trees that fell. These trees fell on cars, they fell on houses, and people say they're still cleaning up the huge mess.
It just totally smashed and then pushed the upper roof and the wall in.
This is Mike Hiller's place. A tree crashed down onto the roof, damaging one wall and the chimney. Hiller's son was home alone at the time.
Heard a crackling noise, the dog started tripping out, and then you heard a big boom like a bomb.
And it wasn't just the one tree at Hiller's house. Several other ones toppled over in the yard and even onto the neighbors' roofs.
I got here and we saw this. It looked like a hurricane came through here.
It's a story we're hearing all over Chula Vista, where neighbors are cutting up and clearing up what's left after a wicked storm. Most of the city's 57 parks are closed this week because so many trees came down and more could follow.
Today we started the mop-up, which is going to take us probably at least a week with our crews and contractor crews helping us to mop up all the mess that's here.
Roar Park was hit the hardest. An arborist is checking out the trees today to see how many more might still fall.
Really hope people will heed the warnings when the park says close. Please stay away.
Hiller hopes crews will be able to start on his house soon, but his family will have to move out for at least a few weeks while the damage is repaired.
You know, you've been through earthquakes and hurricanes before, so it's just, I guess, the cost of living in San Diego, I guess.
It was pouring just before we came on the air, so if you do see trees that are still falling on city property or broken street lights, or if you see large potholes opening up, the city says you should give them a call. We have that number on our website, cw6sandiego.com. In Chula Vista, Erika Cervantes, CW6 News.